Hello and welcome to Polloi Two, and today we have an unboxing video. As you can see, I've got a few more packages have arrived. The big one at the back is a donation from a regular channel supporter Simon. Then we've got a couple of other bits and a package that I bought off eBay which rattles quite nastily, but I'm hoping that it's the rattle I was hoping rather than the rattle that it's got sort of broken in transit, because it's not particularly well wrapped. And as you can see, we have Sam, or the Subatomic Man, the new channel mascot, helping me with these boxes today. So let's crack on and open them up. Right, so the first things are actually these. I've already opened them up because I got them in a letter last week and I just quickly opened the package. As you can see, I have got two masks for Kenner's mask figures. These I have to say a massive thank you to Craig for. I've already sent him some toy-polloi bits. He messaged me on Twitter to say that he'd got a couple of masks that he didn't need and would I like them, so he sent them over. So we have two masks here for Hondo McLean, which is this chap. I do happen to have this figure, so I need a mask for him. So there's Hondo McLean with his mask, and then we have the mask for Floyd Polloi. Again, it's another figure that I need the mask for, so there is my Floyd Polloi figure. So massive thanks to Craig for sending those over. These two figures are now complete and can go in my collection. Next we have an eBay purchase, which yeah, as you can hear, it's not particularly well packed. It's in, I'm going to say, a little bit of cardboard or something, and then wrapped in a plastic bag, but you can hear it's rattling quite badly. Now what I bought was sort of in pieces, so I'm hoping it's just that it's not been packed very well and you can hear it rattling, not that it's been crushed or broken, because the plastic that it's made of is fairly fragile these days, and yeah, it's not the greatest of packaging, but we'll just sort of see what it is. I've not opened this. This is you know, it could be very disappointing. Hopefully it's not going to be disappointing and it will just be you know, badly packaged and rattling about in there. We'll see in a second. All right, so it's in some a Mr. Kipling box, which is, yeah, not the strongest of boxes. Yeah, let's see what it is. Let's see if it is broken. Oh, it's in another plastic bag. As you can see, it's a Star Wars Wampa, and it's got his arms detached. This is actually what I was buying, so it doesn't look like it's been crushed or damaged. It's just been badly packaged. I saw this on eBay. It was £10 including postage for a armless Wampa. It looks to me like all the bits are in there. If I just give that a shake, yeah, they are in there. So it has everything it needs to be repaired, and I just wanted another one in my collection. So I will fix this up. I'll give it some new arm elastic and get him back up and running. For £10, I actually thought that was quite a good deal. You see these going for an awful lot more. Basically anything with Star Wars is crazy prices at the moment. So £10 for something like this isn't too bad at all. It's not even particularly yellowed, you know, a fair amount of yellowing, but nothing too bad. I'll get him fixed up. He can go in my collection. So that was a nice eBay bargain. Just a little bit scary when it's in a bit of packaging like that and it rattles about, but it's not too bad. That's easily fixable. Okay, so this next package comes from Robert, who is the 80s Strike Back Toys. I can see he's got an Etsy shop here as well called Star Toy Restorations. He messaged me quite a while ago to say that he's been recreating some Kenner Star Wars toy stickers, but in a more sort of modern, realistic style. You can see when I do my stickers, I sort of make them more realistic, but I want to keep them in that sort of old-fashioned Kenner look, whereas what Robert is doing is making sort of modern versions that look to me, I'm going to say, more like sort of Power of the Force 2 era stickers. So he sent me a whole load of those to take a look at. So let's open this up and we'll see what's in here. Oh, it's quite a lot of them. Oh yeah, it's a whole load of them. So yeah, these are sort of modern style stickers. This looks like that's going to be for an X-Wing. Oh, it says at the bottom. So yeah, as you can see, they are sort of, I'm going to say, more screen accurate, but in a very modern style. Yeah, with lots of sort of details and all of that on them. So we've got X-Wing stickers. What have we got here? We've got some Y-Wing stickers. Then we've got, what's that one? That's more Y-Wing stickers. So there's two lots of Y-Wing stickers. I guess there's a lot of stickers on that sheet. Then we've got the Droid Factory. All sorts of things: Tatooine Skiff, Cantina, Creature Cantina playsets, Imperial Attack Base. Right, there's a whole selection here. I'll put a link in the description to his site, his Etsy site, so if you want to get some for yourself or want to check them out, do go and check those out. These look pretty cool. It's not the sort of thing I would do. I tend to, as I say, keep mine looking sort of more Kenner style. These look, I would say, a little bit more modern, a little bit more sort of Hasbro, maybe yeah, more sort of photo-realistic in how they've been done. I'm sure once they're on the vehicles, they're going to look really cool. So yeah, if you want to check those out, yeah, follow the link in the description. So thanks, Robert. Thanks for sending those over. Those look great. Okay, and then we have this big box, which has been sent in by Simon, who's been a long-time friend of the channel and actually regularly sort of sends stuff in that gets added to my collection. He sent me some amazing Action Man pieces in the past, and he messaged me a few weeks back to say that he'd got another sort of selection of stuff that he'd like to send in. So this is what it is. It's a very heavy box. It's very big, as you can see. It barely fits on my desk. So let's sort of just open it up. I've got my knife here, so let's just get cutting. He also often sends sweets, which is never a bad thing. I like to eat a rather large amount of sweets when I'm working up here. So yeah, there's often sweets in here. Right, there is a letter. Let's see what the letter says. Okay, so the letter says, "Hi Dave, please find enclosed the items we discussed, plus some additional goodies for yourself and Mrs. Toy-polloi. Best regards, Simon and Louise." And that's from 5 Rounds Rapids Collectibles for the Discerning. Right, let's see what's in here. I can see lots of packing, so yeah, we'll sort of have to scoot around it because there's lots of packing beans. Ah, yes, I think this may have been what we were talking about here. Let me pull this out. No, that's not what we were talking about. I don't think it was. Or is it? Ooh, it's a helicopter pilot. It's an Action Man helicopter pilot. So let me pull that out. And then there's a few other bits and bobs. Do you know what? There's another Action Man space speeder. Right, I'm going to have to rearrange my desk completely because these packing beans are going to go everywhere. Okay, where to start? There's an awful lot in that box. I just grabbed the first sort of couple of bags off the top of it, which contains Smurfs. You'll have seen recently I did a restoration on a couple of Smurfs that I'd had as a child, and I just sort of wanted to get a couple back in my collection. And Simon sent me a whole load more. I've actually got a sort of growing bag of vintage Smurfs now, all in various states of disrepair. And here's a few more. So we've got a little tennis Smurf there. We've got these toboggan Smurfs. I've got a couple of these already. No toboggans for him, so there's a couple of toboggan Smurfs. We've got this sort of flying Smurf, or sort of hang glidery Smurf. I remember having that one as a child, definitely. I remember having this one as a child as well, the little cycling Smurf. You should have a little stand at the bottom. I guess you could actually make something quite simply out of some styrene sheet, but there's a little cycling Smurf. Then we've got a tennis version of Smurfette. I never had that one, but obviously if you've got the other tennis Smurf, you can now play the two together. So they're really cool, like those. And then there's another bag of sort of miniature little Smurfs. I don't think I've ever seen these before. These look very unique indeed. Let me just pour these out. It's a whole selection of them. So we've got little mini Smurfs. So there's one there, not quite sure what he's doing. He seems to be missing something in his hand, but a very professor-like little face. Then we've got a native Indian Smurf there. Then we've got a little scientist or something. Oh, he's got a little bit of DNA. Then we've got a sailor Smurf, and then a tiny little Astro Smurf. That is really cool. So it's a small version of the Astro Smurf. That's one that I restored, the original Astro Smurf. Yeah, it's a little small Astro Smurf. Then we've got, is it Viking? Maybe that's a little Roman Smurf, because that's one there definitely looks like a little Roman Smurf. And then we've got another one here, which is a sort of caveman Smurf. So those are really cool little sort of Diddy Smurfs, tiny little Smurfs that sort of sit alongside the larger Smurfs. Those are fantastic. Then we have these two, which are Transformers Wave 3 Action Vinyls, the Loyal Subjects Los Angeles. So these are Wave 3, and then you've got a selection of which ones you're going to get in there. So we could either have Bone Crusher, Trailbreaker, Scrapper, Rumble, Swoop, or Blitzwing, Longhaul, Wheeljack, Sludge, Laserbeak. Shall I open these? These have never been opened. There's 2 of them. Might as well. Let's see what's inside. Let me get a knife and we'll open these up and see which ones they are. Okay, first one open. Which one do you reckon it's going to be? Oh, it's in a bag as well. Let's move that box out of the way. Can I tell from that? Not really. Let's open it up and we'll see which one it is. Got some wings, so that means it's going to be, I'm going to say it'll have to be Swoop maybe. Let's see, pull that out. It is indeed Swoop, so let's put him together quickly, see what he looks like. There we go. We've got a little sort of super deformed version of Swoop. He's actually got some posability to him. You can actually move his arms around, move his head around a bit. That's pretty cool. Let's see what the other one is. And this one is... This one is Blitzwing. Oh, I do like Blitzwing. Blitzwing's one of my favourite Transformers. A triple changer. So let's open him up, get all of the bits and bobs on him. So we've got his little wings with his tank turret there. That goes on the back of him. Like so. And then we've got a sword and a gun, just like he had in the figure that I've got on my shelf behind me. There we go. We've got Blitzwing as well, and a little bit poseable. He's got sort of little arms and legs that we can move around. Those are pretty cool indeed. There's also a selection of sweets, as I mentioned here. Simon often said sweets, so we've got some extra strong mints, we've got a couple of Starburst bars, some strawberry bonbons which smell really lovely. I can smell those sort of from here. They smell fantastic. And then not just for us, there is also some Dreamies for our cat Luna. You will have seen Luna in a few videos. She does make the odd appearance because when I'm fixing toys up here, she often comes and sits on my lap, so I quite often show her in the video. So these are for her, so that's really kind indeed. She loves these, so these will get eaten very, very quickly. And then there's a book and these magazines. So these are from Cotswold Collectibles, so it sort of shows bits of that are available, all sorts of toys that they have listed on their sites. This one's sort of like a weapons catalogue for everything 1/6 scale, and all sorts of heads and things that you can get for various figures. I will definitely be reading those. This looks really interesting. So this is the Crowwood Collectors Series Action Figures from Action Man to Zelda by Arthur Ward. It's a hardback book and it's absolutely full of pictures and information about all sorts of toys. I love books like this. This is sort of, I wouldn't say bedtime reading, but you know, it's sort of like coffee table type book, so you can flick through it. It's got a bit of information about all sorts of toys from, you know, it says sort of Action Man and Star Wars. There's Rambo there. We've got He-Man, the Fonz, yeah, whole load of stuff. Oh, even Eagle Force, that's a Mego spin-off one there. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to have great fun reading that. Oh, there's a James Bond there. That's a very strange looking Sean Connery James Bond doll. Yeah, that is going to be great fun to read. Oh, and even some more robot-y type stuff from Transformers. Fantastic indeed. And then there's this whole selection of Action Man pieces. So this is the remains of a Action Man space speeder. Simon actually sent me the remains of one before that he'd found in a charity shop that I've fixed up, so do check those videos out. And there's a few more pieces and some that are broken slightly differently to the ones that I'd fixed up in there, so there's a good chunk of that, including actually some original instructions which are really nice to have, so I'm going to put those with the one that I fixed up previously. Then we've got some little bits in bags. So we have an outfit here. This looks like a German officer of some sort. I'm going to say German, just judging by the hat there. He's got a little German sort of eagle on the front of it. I'm not quite sure what this outfit is, so if anyone knows, let me know. But we've got all of the outfit here. So we've got trousers and a jacket, some boots, and yeah, gun here, which is, these look like sort of 40th issue versions of them. Plastic is slightly different. Then we've got gun and belt and all sorts. So if anyone knows what that outfit is, please let me know, because I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Then we have the Action Man Special Operations Kit. Oh, I think this might have been a mail-away thing. I certainly remember having this as a kit. I haven't got a complete one now. I've got sort of bits of it, but this looks like the Special Operations Kit. So yeah, you get a bag and all sorts of bits and bobs inside it. So there's the instruction manual for it. And in here, shall I see if I can open this? Might as well. There's a little cable tie there, so let's just undo the cable tie very carefully. Right, so what have we got in here? Oh, it does look to be complete. So we've got everything in this. We've got a little helmet, we've got a magazine there, we've got some binoculars, sticks of dynamite, and then we've got more guns. So yeah, we've got a flare pistol gun, we've got a little water bottle, and then I can feel loads in here. So there's the gun, that's the little clip that goes with the gun there. That should just stick in there. Then we've got all sorts of bits. So what's that? That's a mobile telephone or something, little communication thing, isn't it? So we've got some, yeah, we've got some headphones there. Got that. Then we've got a little cup, little mug there. I think they're supposed to be a little sort of campfire thing. Little, yeah, there we go. There's one of those. And then we've got, what's that? Oh, a sleeping bag, I think. Yeah, Action Man size sleeping bag. It is the full set. Do you know what? I haven't seen this in so many years. It's amazing. See, it's got hand grenades. Not sure Action Man's really supposed to be carrying all of this stuff around on his back, you know, hand grenades and all of that. But there you go. And then that is a little shovel. Yeah, that all clips together. So we've got a little sort of shovel thing there. Amazing. all of that in one tiny bag. And the final two things from the box are the biggest. We've got this, which is the Action Man helicopter pilot. So this is a reproduction box. So if I open it up, you'll see inside we have the helicopter pilot figure with his hat and his sort of breathing mask. This is really cool because I'm just in the process of restoring the assault helicopter. In fact, you'll have seen part one of that restoration over on toy-polloi recently, and I've got the second part already filmed. And this is the pilot to go in that helicopter. So you can see he's got some little goggles that flip down. We can put on his proper little breathing mask there. This is an outfit I don't have. I think I've got the jumpsuit for it. And that's about it. I've not managed to find any of the other pieces. So this will now be able to sit inside that helicopter. So that's really cool. And this figure looks to be a sort of a bit of a kit bash of parts. So we've got some 40th reproduction parts, and then we've got some original pieces. I think if I pull this open, oh yeah, that's an original body. That's an original talking body. I wonder if it still talks. Nope, doesn't sound like it does, so that can go on my list of things to try and fix up and get working. I've previously tried to get these early talkers working. I've never succeeded. They've got a little tape deck inside them, but that is great. So that's going to go inside the assault copter that I'm restoring. And then we've got this, which I'm not going to open today, but I will open at some point. This is a 40th anniversary version of the m.a.s.k figure Parachute Attack. So you get the figure and you get the parachute outfit here. Now this is something I've never had before. I sort of always wanted one as a kid. I never had one. The SAS figure was one of my favourites. I absolutely loved that outfit. And I've even got photos of myself as a child with this very figure. And so this is the 40th anniversary from, I'm going to say it's about 10, 20 years ago now that this was released, but this is amazing. I'm going to have great fun opening this up and playing with it properly, because if you've got an action man with a parachute, what you need to do is throw him off high places and make sure that the parachute works. So that is absolutely amazing. Thanks, Simon. This is incredible. You always send the most amazing pieces in, and I really don't know what to say to you, but just a massive thank you. And there we go. That is pretty much everything that was in that box. I haven't been able to get all of it on my desk. So a massive thank you to Simon. That's so generous. Very kind of you to send all of that stuff over, and they will be going in my collection. Also, a massive thank you to Robert for sending over those stickers. I'll put a link to those in the description. And to Craig for the missing masks for my mask figures. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then head on over to my main channel, toy-polloi, and check that out as well. And thanks for watching.